edited video game commentaries, or Let's Plays, have died down in popularity since the 2010s, as tastes have shifted to live streams and long-form videos rather than short gaming segments. But they managed to inspire this spooky tale about a man receiving an obscure PS1 game from the mysterious and fictional company Garalina. Petscop sees Paul play through the titular game for his YouTube channel. At first, it seems like a simple enough game about the Guardian solving puzzles to reclaim pets. But then it gets stranger as its new levels, puzzles, and figures seem to refer to attachment therapy, abuse, disappearances, and more. There's more to Petscop than an odd video game. Paul has been telling people in the past about this game, but nobody believed him, so he decided to start documenting the game right from the start. As Paul continues to play, the more dark and creepy secrets he finds within the game, Paul soon discovers that the game may be linked to his own past. He starts telling the viewer how the game works and how to play through all the levels. Paul reads a note that came with the game, apparently telling the reader to press a couple of buttons. Then he discovers a secret side to Petscop. The series ran from March 12, 2017 to September 2, 2019. There are 24 episodes in the series, each of them digging deeper and deeper into the game's core. Things such as puzzles, games, prizes can unlock mysteries that are waiting to be solved. The series has many creepypasta-like elements and brings a "Ben drowned, are you insane? Do you smoke crack? Is that what you do?" feeling to the series, as well as the unnerving vibe tone it brings. Some viewers were initially unsure as to whether Paul and Petscop were real, until further into the series when it became more surrealistic. Petscop was not officially identified as fiction until after the finale, when creator Tony Domenico, who had remained anonymous for the series' 30-month run, revealed himself on Twitter. In his only interview, Domenico admitted that, while the story had a concrete plot, he chose to omit most of it, sometimes scrapping footage that was already done. "I hope to get across a feeling like there's something strange and complex happening in the background, and you just aren't getting a full view of it." Petscop is truly one good story, and I recommend anyone getting into analog horror to check it out. All links to the videos I will be showing will be linked below. Speaking of creepypasta, Chris Straub initially made his name online with the story Candle Cove, which was about forum users recollecting a weird children's show from their youth. In 2015, Straub would create a spin-off from this story, but he wouldn't use text to do it. Combining animation, video, and a little distortion here and there, Straub would make Local 58, a series of videos purported to be from a public access channel in West Virginia. They'd feature weird, cryptic messages, like warning viewers against looking at the moon, showing dashcam footage of a car being chased by some creature, or an emergency broadcast telling citizens the US has been invaded, and they should commit suicide to preserve America's honor. It was weird, disturbing, and effective. Its fifth episode, Station Idaho, would also give the genre its name, as it would state analog horror at 476 MHz. Since its initial debut, Local 58 has inspired the creation of other series with similar themes, including Channel 7, Analog Archives, Eventide Media Center, and Gemini Home Entertainment. There is some difference of opinion about whether it was truly the first within its genre, or an early example of a style that was already developing. However, critics agree the series categorically defined the conventions of the genre that would carry forward. Some also speculate it has indirectly influenced feature-length films such as Skinamarink, which was released in 2022, which rely heavily on analog aesthetics. A website called Local58.tv was created in September 2021 as an extension of the main storyline. The website features a look-back web archive similar to the web archive service Wayback Machine, and features numerous Easter eggs and plot points for an associated alternate reality game that offers further detail on Local 58's continuity. Local 58 consists of 11 episodes. The first 10 range from less than 1 minute to 5 minutes in runtime, while the 11th is nearly 30 minutes long. The episodes were originally uploaded to a separate website, however, as of late 2018, all episodes are now uploaded to YouTube. Debuting in 2021, the Mandela Catalogue is a series of 6 videos spread across a series of VHS tapes. Some of them play out like instructional videos, others like surveillance footage. But they all feature people in Mandela County, Wisconsin, succumbing to mysterious figures called alternates. They're shape-shifting creatures that take the form of other living things, then stalk their targets before eliminating them and taking their place. They can be indistinguishable from a person's loved ones, human, animal, or otherwise, until they attack. The alternates can also affect TV and radio broadcasts, warping the videos and changing their messages. Their uncanny looks, using real police photo fits, caught on quickly, freaking viewers out across the web. Some users criticize the over-reliance on analog horror tropes. Volume 4 received particular criticism for its use of live-action segments filmed with green screens. Some viewers disliked the scene's lack of realism, while Kister said the lack of realism was purposeful and an attempt to give the segments an uncanny valley quality. A TikTok trend based on the Mandela Catalogue became popular in 2023. In these videos, which have a similar VHS aesthetic, a person realizes they are being hunted by their alternate when the soundbite plays. If you see another person that looks identical to you, run away and hide. As of February 2024, Kister's YouTube channel had over 50 million views. Dread Central praised the Mandela Catalogue as the supreme example of what analog horror looks and sounds like, adding that the sense of insecurity that comes from knowing you'll be frightened is constantly visually manipulated. Who'd have thought Ophiocordyceps unilateralis would become so significant in the media? The creepy fungus that turns ants into zombies inspired the mutants in the Last of Us series, as well as the Smile tapes, an analog horror series that came out in 2021, set in the 1990s. The tapes chronicle a new drug called Smile, made with a similar but unidentified fungus. It runs through the black market, where its users become increasingly prone to manic episodes, violence, uncontrollable laughter, and increasingly broad smiles. The series is split into volumes, covering the drug's origins, its victims, and the lethal incidents caused by its users. Especially once the more potent variant C begins to spread and produce stronger, more dangerous smilers. Approximately 3 weeks after the death of its host, of which the victim has already been deteriorated beyond recognizable characteristics, the corpse will expel infant spores into the air to be inhaled by hosts, spreading the disease. Not only does it result in somehow an even more deranged slasher smile than anything variant could muster, but people infected with the variant also seem to lose eyes as well as gaining heightened senses, bloodthirsty tendencies, inhuman levels of strength and stamina, but as well as a bulletproof exterior. There was the death of the only variant B infectee, Sarah Campbell. The variant she has is completely benign, and she retains her sanity. The only bad side effects of her variant being that she can't smile anymore, and that she can still unintentionally spread the disease. She was quarantined in a lab to be studied for a possible cure. In a disturbing display of intelligence, a wave of presumably variant C smilers end up completely overrunning the lab and start killing everyone inside, including any armed guards that could do nothing to stop them due to them being insanely strong, fast, and bulletproof. While we don't know exactly what they did to Sarah, it's very obvious by the aftermath image of her face that it wasn't pretty. To make matters worse, the constant madness mantra of there is no cure implies that this was a deliberate, calculated action that all the strongest smilers took to ensure the disease would never be cured. There is no cure. Analog horror has become rather commonplace now, but that doesn't mean it can't be surprising. With Godzilla and kaiju monster movies coming back into style thanks to the MonsterVerse and Godzilla -1, the man in the suit uses the original 1954 movie as the basis for some behind-the-scenes terror. Just as the movie Shadow of the Vampire told a fictional story about Nosferatu. In that movie, the director used a real vampire to play the title role. In 2 minutes, it sees a man don the rubber suit for Godzilla and get deeper into the role. He'd wear it regularly until he began to fuse with it, swelling to completely fill its interior and become a 10-feet fleshy monster. Even worse, he could transmit his condition to others with a bite, as he aims to make Godzilla's kaiju friends allies in his goal to become real monsters. He was a Japanese man who lost his family to the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings and became mad with revenge and hatred towards America. He is the suit actor for Gojira who went insane and merged his body with the suit after donning it, becoming a powerful supernatural force and spreading its power and influence to the other suit actors. The man mostly appears like how Gojira Godzilla looked like throughout his movie appearances, starting with the first movie. The main difference on the outside being his bloodshot eyes, which are hidden with contacts, as a result of him fusing within the suit. On the inside, the man's body is shown to be grotesquely expanded and filling the suit's entire body, including the tail, the toes, and the head. His human form was never seen or known, even to the people who worked with him. Once Gojira was removed from the suit, he was changed into a fleshy creature that resembles Godzilla before he would generate skin that is described as looking real but fake, as if the rubber material of the suit had genetically fused with his body and was now grown to 10 feet tall. The following year, the man, still merged with the Gojira suit, was brought back to work on the second Godzilla movie titled Godzilla Raids Again. Toho had hidden the incident with the man in the Gojira suit from the public in order to avoid controversy and lawsuits, so they kept the man in the Gojira suit hidden away from the public to train him. It was initially determined that the cause of the man in the Gojira suit's mutation was from consuming a drug that made his flesh inflate in the suit, which then merged with it, rearranging his bones too. His bloodshot eyes were able to see out of the suit, and he was unable to speak, only make growling noises like an animal, though he could still act cooperatively. The series began on July 28, 2023, and can be watched on Unknowingly's channel. The video links will be down below.